Blessed love, manners, and respect. Do give thanks and praise for life. This is the Mindset Program. I just am your host, and I'm here. It's a great honor to be here with the Honorable Muta Baruka.
Yeah, man, give thanks, man. Rastafari.
Yes, I give thanks. First and foremost, I want to congratulate you on your lifetime
achievement. Yeah, I respect.
Yes.
Man. But we don't get it yet.
We don't get it yet.
No, the 24th.
The mindset, thought provoking, you know. I'm your host, Honorable Ija Star, and we're there with our brand new mindset series live on the YouTube. Subscribe, Ija Star Mindset channel, YouTube. Blessed love.
Perfect, Giddimani.
Greetings, brethren.
Yes, Honorable, warm welcome.
Blessed love. Give thanks for having me, yes.
Yes, Bobo, is a great honor to have the hype on the program. Selassie, I know.
Give thanks. It's a pleasure likewise. Pleasure.
Yes, my Lord. Yes, a very powerful song from the eye. I know there are other songs before these songs that probably established the eye, but this song is a very powerful song. Black Marcus.
Yes.
Talk to a little bit about the song, Honorable Majesty.
Well, this song was recorded back in, I would think, around 2005 or 6 thereabout. And it's basically an ode to Marcus Garvey. As you know, I'm from the parish of St. Anne, which Marcus Garvey is also from. So,
yes,
I had to definitely, elaborate on his words and his works, and like I said, the song was recorded, in 2006 by Down Sound Records. And it's definitely one of those songs that you can play whenever. It's timeless, I should say, because the message, is also timeless. Marcus Garvey words and works still live on until today, and it will be there for many years to come. So I just call that song a great reminder. It's like a great reminder to the mass of who Marcus Garvey is and what he has done and what his words and works are still doing within this time right here, yeah?
Selassie. Yes, I. Because Marcus Garvey, we see that is very important, because this program is a program where we don't leave out Marcus Garvey at all outside. The philosophy and opinions is very important, and we know that a lot of black people don't have the philosophy and opinions, but a lot still have it and read it. So, we make it possible for the ones them who not aware, you see, that them can go and get it, because Marcus Garvey is very is a very timely, untimely virgin. You know what I mean? Is as him say, look for him in the whirlwind. So
yeah.
Yes, Rastafari.
Yes, definitely, King. Marcus Garvey is the greatest prophet of our times. From him came the likes of a Malcolm X or a Martin Luther King. It's basically the same philosophy and the same principles and virtues that these people stand for. So no doubt, we have to uplift Marcus Garvey to the highest levels, because he is the black man's prophet, Rastafari, I know.
Yes, I. And, as a virgin who observe a lot of things, we say that even what Marcus Garvey stand for, Zane, you have a lot of youths now that is coming that is like them want to shun Marcus teachings and just say His Majesty alone. You know what I mean? Because through His Majesty is the king. And not respecting that it's Marcus Garvey that really point us in the beginning that we should look to the east, that we should see the king,
Yeah. It's 3 in 1, 1 in 3, and the prophet, priest, and the king. It's 3 in 1,
Rastafari,
1 in 3,
which never disagree, my lord.
Agree and don't disagree, King. So I mean, you cannot use one and don't use the other. You know what I'm saying? All of their words and works are to be cherished and recognized and followed by, so to speak. So already the Trinity, the prophet, the priest, and the king. So if some people want to disregard the priest and the prophet and only talk about the king, well, they're in problems. So we'll leave that up to them. We as Rastafarians know how it go, and we respect all the titles. Yeah.
Yes, I. Truly, Bobo. All right, Majesty. The I is from Saint Anne. Seeing
Yes.
more on the I does fit, not for the ones them, cause we have a lot of people who probably I hear the I for the first time. You know what I mean? Cause there's a first for everything. Just bring us through growing up in your community. You know what I mean? What it's like for the I growing up, and
Yeah. Well, I'm from a farming community in St. Anne. It's a little area that's called Bamboo, which is located close to Brownstown. I would say is the biggest town that is nearest to where I'm from. And like I said, it's a farming community. And growing up was, I would say, the normal lifestyle. Go to church on Sunday, go to school during the week, play a little football on the weekend, and we had chores as kids coming up. We had to cut grass, weed out bush, tie out goat, and all these things, just to I mean, that is the way of life of the community. We depend on farming, so no doubt you had to assist either your grandparents or your uncles or your parents around the house or on the farm. So I was on the farm a lot of times, making sure that things were taken care of. And we went to school within the community until we passed our examinations, and we ventured on off to York Castle High School, that is located in Brownstown. And I would say that is where, I started having thoughts about being an entertainer, so to speak, because I grew up around music. My dad is a technician that used to repair jukeboxes. So I would have a lot of jukebox around the house. So we had access to countless records, vinyls, all different types of music, different genres. So I used to listen to a whole bunch of music when I was home, because my dad, he tricked the jukebox into playing it without coins. So we there was a little way how we would just press something and we would get the records to play record after record without have to
push
coins
the
into it.
Yeah.
So, we had tons of music. So I was listening to, Bob Marley back then. I'm listening to Martha Robbins. I'm listening to, Sammy Davis. I'm listening to just a lot of different artists from different genres, not just reggae music alone, but I'm listening to also the soul classics, from the US, so to speak. And I started practicing how to sing by putting that record on the version. So whatever I heard, the artist did on the original side A, I would flip it over on the side B, the person, and then I would try to sing the exact thing that I heard. The exact Peter Tosh or the exact Freddie Mac record that I heard, I would try to, sing it. That was like, my little type of karaoke, so to speak, with the truth. So we started practicing there and developed some of those skills. Back in high school at the concerts, school concerts, often called upon to present entertainment section of the show, and we just continued doing music, building our craft, in and around the area after graduating from high school. We start to explore the sound system. There was a sound system in my area called Trendsetter Music, and they often played out at parties in different communities that were surrounded by my community. So, we started, going out 10 miles, 15 miles, and, we were exposing our talent to different regions in and around St. Anne, and we just kept on building and building. It's year after year, day after day, this music thing, we just kept on doing it. I was selecting, I was a box boy, I was a singer, I was putting on, little, parties, so just trying to do everything that surrounds the music, just trying to get, every knowledge that you can get about the music during those years coming up. I was just learning a lot of stuff about the music, the ins and the outs and the ups and the downs and just everything. So
when did I first record your first official track?
Well, I would say the first official track that I recorded was back in about 2000, like 2000 or like 1999. I did an album for a label which is called Accent Japassos Music out of Portland, and that was produced. The record was produced by Devon Bradshaw and Maestro. But that album, unfortunately, it was not released to the massive, but that was the first set of professional recording.
So,
and yes.
Which name you was going by then? Was it Perfect at that point, or?
I was going by the name Perfect at that point. Yeah, man, definitely.
Okay.
Yes, but that album was unreleased, and after that, I was just doing singles for different producers in and around Jamaica, and it wasn't until about 2004 where I recorded a song called Lock Me Up, which that song, I would say, is the first song that started to get radio rotation for me, because I was recording a long time before I started getting play on radio. I had singles that were released out in the world from different producers, but that specific song, Lock Me Up, is what introduced me to primetime radio, and I started getting a few plays here and there, between disc jockeys.
So I would say that song was the breakthrough song then?
No, it was not the breakthrough. That song just introduced me to radio, and not every radio nor every disc jockey. It just introduced me to I would say Ira FM is the station that really was pumping that song a lot. But majority of the radio stations in Kingston did not know the song or have an idea who the artist is. So it was that same year, but a few months, because Lock Me Up was around about 2004, February, March. And that same year is when I recorded Handcart Boy for Glennis Gooden, which is Bobby Digital's nephew. And that song is the song that's the breakthrough song. That is the song that I would say turned the name Perfect into a household name. So my name was recognized within each and every household across Jamaica. People get familiar with the name Perfect. Like, oh, that's him. We can identify him to that song, Handcart Boy, you know, and they were, you know, putting the song with the artist and you know, knowing the face, you know. So Handcart Boy is a song that put me on the radio, put me in the household, and put me into the minds of the, you know, the people of Jamaica. And that is a song also that introduced me to the rest of the world after it became a number one in Jamaica. It became number one in a few other territories. And yes, that song just, it was just massive. And, you know, it just introduced me to the whole world at once, I should say.
So, all right, Bobo. So, before Handcart Boy, Zin, I just want to kind of, you know what I mean, flex a bit. How difficult was it for the eye now? Because as you say, not every radio station know about the eye at the time. How difficult was it for the eye now getting the airplay before the Handcart Boy? Because we know in Jamaica, a lot of ones demand money to play artists who are trying to get them music out there, them you know what I mean, them take money, this payola thing. How difficult was it for the eye? Did they have to go through any of that?
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, you know, it was super difficult. You know, you see, you have to look at a lot of factors that influence, you know, my difficult times. Now, number one, I am a country artist. See, we come from Central, which is the country, you know. So number one, you are looked down upon as just, you know, another country artist, especially when you're in the metropolitan area, you know, in Kingston, the capital. You know, you don't get that that respect from the Kingston artists and the Kingston promoters, just the whole Kingston music community on a whole. They don't give country artists that respect. That's the first thing that you have to overcome. So you have to not fight for the respect, but you just have to do good work, and you know your work will speak for itself, no matter how they try to put it down. So that's one of the things. The next thing is, for real, it's the POLA problem, you know, with a lot of these radio stations. I have definitely in the past paid out money to get airplay because, you know, that is what was happening, and probably that is what is still happening right now. And I mean, you can't pay to get play every day because maybe one of the days you're going to get broke. That is how I look at it. So what I did is that I found that out from you know, an early get-go. And what I did is that I ventured to the radio stations more often than I would say. You know, I used to go there like probably once a week until I started going there probably like 10 times a week, trying to, you know, get used to people on the compound, try to build a relationship with this jockey rather than just trying to make a business start, because that is straight up money. So in other words, then we just try friend some people, you know, in other than, you know, rather than just trying to approach somebody straight up with a song like, play this, you know, that is straight up. So it's business, they're not gonna need money. So my friend the people and get to know this jacket is, you know, on a personal level. You know, me can go check them round at them house in the evening, or we can check them over the ball field, or, you know, me and them can hold our vibes down at the you know, on the beach or something like that. So that is how I, you know, I build up, you know, the relationship with some of these jockeys that I knew back then. And, you know, that is how I started to get like what I would say power play, because, you know, I surpassed that Piola barrier, so to speak, you know, and that is how I got in to get power play because I never had the money to make it work. So, I had to, like I said, we'd have with us friend them and, yeah.
So I want to know who, cause in a music, I want to say good music play, regardless what caliber artist it is. Once the music is good and it reflect a positive message, it's gonna play.
I don't think so. A lot of music gets shelved. A lot of good music gets shelved. I'm in this music business 20 years now, and I can tell you that a lot of music gets shelved because of monetary reasons or because of just some stupid, silly reason. People don't talk, or people have a beef, or you're on that guy's side, or you're on that girl's side, or it's something like that. And I've seen a lot of good music, great music over the years, by artists that are known and also by artists that are not known.